Hello, in this demo we are going to see how to migrate your container images from GCR to OCIR using RackWare SWIFT. So let's begin with our demo. Firstly, go to Swift dashboard and log in using set credentials. If you need more information about setting password or creating a user, download the operations guide and follow the mentioned steps. After logging into Swift dashboard, you can see that there is an image registries section present. You would be able to see all the discovered registries over here, but right now as we haven't discovered any registries, there are none present here. Before going ahead with the process, let's have a look at our source and destination registries. So this is the Google Cloud Registry. For this particular demo we have chosen GCR, but you can choose ACR, ECR, Docker Hub, or do intra-registry syncs by selecting OCIR. Here we can see various repositories present. Now let's have a look at our destination side registry. So this is a target registry which is on Oracle Cloud Platform. Alright. Oracle Container Registry is divided in various compartments and regions. RackWare SWIFT treats every compartment and region combination as a different registry. As you can see, there is just one repository present here. Let's go back to Swift and begin our sync process. Firstly, we need to discover these registries on Swift. Let's do that by clicking on Add. Now we are discovering source GCR. Give a relevant name or else Swift will generate one for you if you don't provide one. Type would be Google GCP. Give the private key file path and click on Add. The source registry has now been discovered. We'll now add the destination registry. Please note that these two operations can run in parallel too. Friendly name would be destination OCIR. Provide the necessary details. Now here you can see that I have provided the compartment ID, but if you want all repositories under all the compartments to be discovered, you can also provide the tenant ID in the compartment ID. If you don't provide any compartment ID, as it is not a compulsory field, Swift will assume that you are providing the tenant ID and it will discover all the repositories present. Alright, let's give the private key. Click on it. Now both source and destination registries have been discovered. Now let's have a look at what's inside these registries on Swift. Here you can see a short summary that is some cloud credentials, the errors associated with the registry, but right now there are none, and also image repositories inside the registry. You can see there is this first repository and there are two tags inside this repository as we saw before in the compartment, OCI compartment. Alright, so let's move ahead with our sync process. So click on sync administration, all replications, click on new, click on registry replication. Now provide the source and target registry details. The source type would be Google GCP. Friendly name should appear here, which we have recently discovered, that is source GCR. Now with GCP, we have to also provide the host name in case there are repositories that are present on the GCP with the same name but under different host name. So we need to provide Swift the host name which we want to go ahead with. So here we can see that there is BusyBox present, under 3 host names, but we'll go ahead with GCR.io. So let's provide that. Next, we have to tell Swift whether we want to sync all repositories or just few selective ones. So we are going to go ahead with selective repositories. Now we have to add the repositories. Let's add. So we'll go ahead with BusyBox, WordPress, and Nginx. Let's add these repositories. All right. Now we have to give the target registry details. The type would be OCI, Oracle OCI. Friendly name would be destination OCR that we recently discovered. Now there is a particular constraint in OCIR, that is the repository name should be unique among all the compartments. If you have a look at our destination registry and we go to the registry compartment, here we can see that there is only one repository present. But if we go to the root compartment, here we can see that there is already one busy box present. So there can't be another busy box on any other compartment. Alright. So we need to change the name of the repository while we are syncing to the target side. Alright, so let's do that. For doing that, we'll have to click on this checkbox which asks us to do the same. So yes, I want to change the repository name on target. Let's add the mapping. So I have to change BusyBox. So the new repository name would be target BusyBox. Add this mapping. Now we have to also add mappings for the remaining 2 repositories. For not changing their name, just simply click on set the repository names and target name as source. Alright. If you want a more detailed description of the checkpoints, click on verbose sync. If you want to give a job name, give a job name. I'm going to give now this we have a try run option as well, which does not actually migrate container images to the target site, but only checks if the sync would be successful or not. But in this case, we want to migrate the container images, so I'm not going to select this. Then after filling in all the details, we can click on add. Now the sync process will run. We can get to see the status of the sync by looking at the checkpoints which are being sent by Swift. So right now it's rediscovering the source and target registry in case there is any change in repository or tags on both the sides. You can get more information by clicking on the sync job, then going to sync progress. You can get to see the checkpoints which are being sent by Swift, which are updated continuously. So our sync process is completed. Now we'll have a look at our source and destination sites post sync. So the source side hasn't been changed. Now we'll have a look at our destination side. We'll click on refresh. Now you can see the new created repositories over here, that is Swift Auto Nginx, Swift Auto WordPress, and Target BusyBox. Now we'll verify if the correct images were uploaded to the destination side. So let's click on Target BusyBox. This is tag 1 and the digest is SH25634EFE. Now if we go to the source side and click on the GCR.io BusyBox, you can see that this image over here, the digest is same, which verifies that the sync was successful. Alright. Uh, if you want to see object sync statistics, you can click on object sync statistics. It shows that 3 repositories and 3 tags were created, and 3 tags and 3 repositories were synced to the target side. Alright. So that's what we wanted to show in this demo. We migrated some repositories from Google GCR to RackWare OCIR. If you have any further questions, please reach out to us at support@rackwareinc.com. Thank you.